Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and thank you for watching. Today, we're going to open something I got in the mail and see what's inside. I got a package here from KM9G, and if you don't know who that is, you should probably check out the links below because you should definitely know who that is. Also known as Steve or T.O. from Coffee and Ham Radios, and I got a package from him. It's not that big. I wonder what could be inside. Let's find out. All right, everyone. Doing the video editing here, and I forgot to mention something very important. At 500 subscribers, we're doing a giveaway. We're halfway there. Can you get us the rest of the way there? So at 500 subs, we're going to do a giveaway. When we hit 500 subscribers, there will be a special giveaway video with how to enter for the giveaway. But I just wanted to make sure that you guys all knew. At 500 subs, at 500 subs, we're doing a giveaway. Now back to your video. Something's in there. I got a sticker, guys. That's definitely going on the laptop. Please excuse the mess around. This used to be my old shack. My shack moved upstairs. This is still my work area, though. So I got a Coffee and Ham Radio sticker. Definite first impression. Plus a packing list for what could only be described as the Cahrtenna, And yes, you guys are gonna, I'm not gonna edit that out. You guys are gonna see me make fun of myself and try to say Artemis. So, we're doing a Cahrtenna Artemis build today. Let's get to it. So reading the instructions, which I'll have the instructions pulled up on my phone, Samsung Z Fold, if you want to know. And I might have to watch some videos too, but I won't let you guys subject that to me. So the first thing we're going to do is fold over the first 8 inches of magnet wire and twist. Don't stress about the twist, just have some twists. So let's get our magnet wire out. Let's untwist the magnet wire so we can put twists in it. By the way, guys, if you didn't know, this is my first ever build kit. And I would like this to be my backup or primary Parks on the Air antenna. Eight inches. Fold over 8 inches. We're going to put some twists in this thing. We're going to do it right. There we go. Hey, T.O., how's that for some twist? It looks like they wanted it the other way. I guess it really doesn't matter all that much. Yeah. I think I might have started this a little too much. That looks right. Sorry for the break, guys. I had to, I know you jump a little bit. I had to actually do a little reading. So I gave myself, I rewrapped this. I gave myself a little bit more of a dead end here. But we need to do 7 total turns, and I know if you've been following the Cahrtenna, you've already seen these build videos a dozen times, but this is the first time I've ever built an antenna, bear with me. So we need to do 7 total turns on this go around, and we've already done 2, so we're gonna start on turn 3. And if you haven't seen a video for this, every time this wire goes through that toroid, it's a turn. So this is turn 3 of 7. Turn 8 is going to be, I counted them, I'll let you see though. I know you don't have the best angle. Turn 8 is going to cross from here to here. So I'll let you see the other side. And there's turn 8. Now we need to get to 14 turns. We're on 8, so let's keep going. So that was 8. So 14 turns. Now what I'm going to do next is off book. I think it's off book. It's off my book. I'm actually going off of a different YouTuber's build of this. So on this side of the radio, Shane, this is your shout out, this video. But we're going to oh, there it is. I was going to say, I think T.O. shorted me. No, he did not. We're going to install our anchor points next. So there we go. That was pretty easy. Only imagine where this BNC connector is going to go. Anyone have any guesses? Guesses before I do it? Guesses before? Okay, maybe, I don't know. I think there's something in this that is just made for a BNC connector. Okay, now that you guys are screaming at the screaming at me for this. Go ahead and put this on. Did I mention, guys, this is the first time I've ever done a kit build? And I don't use BNC, though. I believe I have a way I can connect this to my 891. Get our little connector there. You thought I was done with the crescent wrench, you foolish, foolish people. Never done with the crescent wrench. Especially when you don't have sockets that'll work. Now that I've completely rolled this over, keep going until I have, there's a little flute in that connector. I don't know if you can see that. That little copper connector, there's a little flute. I want to have that up. Because if there's one thing that I am absolutely horrible at, it's soldering, and you guys are about to see that. So the next thing we're going to do, guys, before we get to my horrible soldering, and you'll be able to judge for yourself, is we're going to remove this enamel coating off 3 ends of this wire. And I want to do that all at once. So I got to figure out where I'm cutting. Try to hold this together. Where I'm cutting this wire to go to the ground and the radial piece. So, and you can already see my cutters in there, and every ape or everyone's going to judge me right now, but these are wire cutters. Like this is what you use for barbed wire fence. This is what I use for wire cutting. Some say you can't be precise. We're going to see how precise we can be about it today. So I don't know how well you can see it, but I'm going to cut a little long. One wire. And then I'm going to cut the end down here. And now the tightly woven wire can get untightly woven. So that is what we're left up with. Now I'm going to take my trusty, one of my EDCs. I'm going to scrape all this enamel off these tips, because the next thing we're going to do, well, this wire is going to get inserted through that little hole right there. It's going to get inserted through that little hole right there. This one is going to go into that cup right there. And this one is going to end up terminating out over here. So as you can see, this is pre-drilled for the zip ties. It looks like I'm going to have to subtract some wire. Right here, don't worry guys, I cut off enough. and I've got plenty of length there. So I'm going to go ahead and break out the soldering, and I'm going to solder this center pin in, which isn't laying flat there, but I'm going to solder that in. And then I'm going to also center my ground in. Now before I hear it, yes, I am actually using a Wheeler solder gun. I'm sorry, I'm not fancy enough to have a 100-watt soldering iron. I'm using a solder gun. Now we're going to cut these for these terminal ends here. And one thing I like to do with my terminal ends that no one else seems to like to do is I like to remove that red shroud. And I'll show you how I do that. I do these with all my crimp connectors because I end up soldering them too. So put that crimp connector on the end there, just put the soldering gun over it, heat it up, and eventually it gets so hot that the plastic actually melts loose. There you go. We're going to need 2 of these, so I'm going to go ahead and do 2. Almost had it. That beeping you hear is my sump pump. Believe it or not, it's wet in Iowa. There we go. So 2 crimp connectors. I'm debating if I want to move this out now. I'm not going to. So, wise men always say, measure twice, cut once. I say cut long and trim down if you need to. Cut long. Joe Brett, if you're watching this, oh look, I know you're not a friend of this. Or no, Chuck wasn't a fan of these kinds of crimpers. Don't watch now if you're not a fan of these kind of crimpers. Because they're the only ones I got. And I don't necessarily like them, and I don't necessarily think they're secure, which is why we cut the ends off. Or took those plastic ends off. All right, so your capacitor. This little guy's called a capacitor. I knew enough to pass the test, guys. We all, as hams know, we learn more when we get into the hobby than we do to pass the test. We learn how to pass the test to pass the test. We get our license, then we learn. So I got to connect the capacitor here to the center pin and to the ground. Very carefully. I think the only way I'm going to be able to do this is to pretend this is a capacitor. I know you guys probably aren't going to be able to see this, but you'll have to trust me. And my really, really horrible soldering skills. I've got a glob of solder on that capacitor, and it's got to go to the center pin. At this point, I want to say if anyone wants to send me a soldering iron, go for it. This channel is completely supported from the fantastic viewers and my pocketbook is running thin. It's got to be the ugliest solder job I think I've ever seen. But coming from me, that's probably a good thing. And now to solder this onto the ground here. Well, it's far from being pretty. But it's gonna work. Or it's not. Capacitor installed. Now the only thing real left to do is to get these zip ties on. And I know I cranked the one down way too hard. This comes with the kit, everything in the kit, so I'm not going to feel bad about this. But I want to center this more. And I've got a bag full of these in the truck, so. I think I had a zip tied on wrong the last time anyway. Look at these holes in the bottom, guys. There's a nice center hole where you can run your zip ties too. The only thing left to do, boys and girls, is to put this nice wrap on it. And shrink wrap it. Which, if you thought my soldering was bad, I don't even have a heat gun. But we're going to save this. I'm not going to shrink wrap this quite yet. I'm also not going to be cutting my counterpoise or anything in this video. The next time you will see the Cahrtenna Artemis is out in the field testing it. So I'm going to tune this thing up, get the counterpoise on it, and the next time you will see this is when we go live Parks on the Air, and we will be using the Cahrtenna for Parks on the Air. So until next time, guys, keep on spotting.